Welcome back, beautiful people. That's you guys, in case you didn't.
Woo! That's us, the casters.
No,
yeah.
not you guys, the viewers.
They're okay.
They're good. They're beautiful. Anyway, 5K today. Got a control freak. Increase the price.
Oh my god! What a start.
Chino's a god. But shout out to Control Freak, increasing the prize pool today by $2,000. Pretty freaking awesome, if you ask me. Worth mentioning, the team at the top side of the bracket will be FaZe in the semifinals. They destroyed Strictly Business 3-1. They're waiting to play the winner of Envious versus Optic Nation. This, however, though, is a semifinal matchup. Rise versus Team Kaliber. Theory's still in the TK house, right, Deathly?
That is correct.
Okay.
He is not moving out till X Games.
Till X Games?
So he will be here for the duration of Season 2.
Alright.
Nice guys, TK, huh?
Right? Giving the man a place to stay. TJ's picking up a nice two-piece to support his teammate in the hard point. Nezo's going to be the player to get the third kill. So now we have TK fighting off of an unadvantageous spawn around back school. They kind of got themselves trapped in the corner. Just one single player over near the ramp as he is going. That's going to be Sharp, who's rotating to this next hard point.
Pretty unbelievable start from Rise. 41-0.
Oh my goodness, Nameless.
Nameless is pretty good at video games. Chance,
Odin!
Chance, what went wrong for TK off the start?
Well, Chino getting a three-piece off the bat didn't hurt anything, and it was pretty much as soon as that happened, all the momentum was in their favor. Just because obviously, when three people go down right at the start, that's going to buy an ample amount of time for your team to get set up on the hard point. And then really, you know, Deathly did talk about it a bit earlier as far as the slaying power goes for TK, not necessarily their strong suit. And because of the setup that was able to be taken off of the break, they just couldn't work their way back in. Goon, however, did kick it off with the 4 streak, so props to him. But again, nothing came to fruition from it.
Well, looking at the score, 63-13. Did we catch whose host it was, game 1?
Rises.
Rise's host, probably Chino then, I would assume. He normally hosts games for Rise. Definitely, in a non-biased way as possible, how impressed have you been from the rise of Rise?
I've been extremely impressed. I was worried. Well, not worried. I mean, obviously I want to support Dylan, regardless of the fact whether he's on the team or not, whether he's in the team house or not. But for him to get on a league team, I was happy for him. And then for that league team, it was debatable whether they would be at X Games or not. I mean, obviously it's still up in the air. They're only 8th in the league, so scraping the bottom of the barrel for qualifications for X Games. But from what that team was originally, before all of the roster changes went on, I've been extremely impressed with how they're playing, how well they've done. They won, I believe, 2 5Ks now?
Yep.
Yeah, Chino leading the charge. Chino has been a huge part of their success, I would say. Just his individual performance is just ridiculous for the squad, especially in hardpoint.
Yes, for them to make the changes to build the team around Chino and give him the players that he needed to shine, I think was a huge change that Rise needed, and I think it's done extremely well for him.
At the time, they kind of got a lot of flack for it. Everyone was like, "Oh, you know, Rise just, you know, dropping everybody. This isn't fair, etc." But it seems to have worked pretty well. Chance, I know you've casted Rise a fair few times now. Who has been the key component in your mind?
I mean, people keep talking about Chino just able to step it up and do well. To try and stray away from that, I would have to say Wheats. Wheats, when he played for AR, had just under a positive KD. I think he always hung out around like 0.96 or 0.97. And I might be incorrect to say this overall, but at least the games that I've witnessed, Wheats has done an extremely good job. Not just at the objective, but he's even picked it up and moved his KD up quite a bit. So I would say Wheats has impressed me the most out of the squad. However, really all of them have just been playing out of their minds as soon as they came together.
Of course, Rise filling in today, playing with the likes of TJ. Speaking of TJ, he was actually rotated a little early. Oh, set rotation. God damn it, that's a sip. 126-56, the score. Fox, how, further, if the momentum stays the way it is in favor of Rise, when are we basically going to call map number 1? What does TK need to do a little bit different?
We're seeing TK flood individually. I mean, you just saw Nameless in there by himself, and now he's going to die. And now look, Nameless being the last man standing again, just because they pushed with 3 players instead of waiting for Nameless off spawn, or at least coming from some sort of creative angles and such. They're just kind of playing very individually. And look, we're seeing Nameless once again spawning as far away from his team as possible, being the last man in there. He's gonna be in the face of 2 different Rise players. So we just saw the same thing happen over and over again because they're not synchronized in the way that they make their pushes.
All right, well, 155 to 60. It's about to be a 100-point lead. Deathly, how worried are you right now for the squadron?
Like I said earlier, and you touched upon, hardpoint's never really been TK's bread and butter, their salvation. It's only 1 per series, so I'm not too worried. I feel with the exclusion of Wheats from the squad today, that their Rise's S&D game will not be as strong as it normally is. He tends to be their methodical playmaker. If you leave Wheats in a 1v3, 1v2, you can usually count on him to be the one that pulls out the victory in those. But in this regard, without him, I think the S&Ds are going to be a bit of a struggle for Rise.
I think TJ is going to be a good fill-in for that, though. TJ is an amazing S&D player. I could definitely see them still taking that off of a TK.
You reckon?
I guess it would depend on the map, really. I want to see what our S&D map is, but if it's not like TK's strong suit, then I could definitely see Rise still taking that, even with TJ as a fill-in.
I've been really impressed with everything I've seen from Rise in Search and Destroy. Naslo, a fantastic S&D player. I always kind of preach about it, but he really hits that good. I mean, you saw at Clutch Champs exactly what he can do in Search and Destroy. Just has that clutch factor. Speaking of clutch factor, gonna look at this hard point as it moves over to the next location. You have someone has a train in the background. That is extremely loud. That was.
Oh, muting. Hold on.
that was kind of crazy. I was like, okay, apparently we're on the train track right now.
I was wondering where all that feedback was coming from.
Right, I was like, what? That was ridiculous.
Wow, TK down but not out.
Oh, they out. They have no pulse right now. you could go down, put your fingers on Haggie's face or his arm and not feel a pulse because.
See, does it bother me? I just feel weird seeing Dylan getting these kills, knowing he should be like, if any other team house situation, like he would have moved back to New York, been on his connection. Is it weird for me to be like, he's here using TK sponsored internet for his own games and to play against the team?
What are you saying? Like you should give him Wi-Fi?
I'm just saying it seems awkward. It seems like an awkward situation overall.
Why? I mean, it's happened before. Happened when Mochilla was in the house.
Yeah, and that was awkward too. He walked downstairs into the kitchen, giving out high fives to the guys that he just beat, and then go back upstairs. It just got awkward. Like, hey man, thanks for pooping on us in league matches using our internet. You giving up the Nighthawk anytime soon? Walk back upstairs.
Please tell me you laughed just like that too. Tell me the laugh was. Tell me that was.
I mean, I kind of get what you mean.
I'm not saying it's the internet's the only reason why Theory's doing as well as he is. Obviously, he's a great, well-rounded player and one of the best OBJs in the game. But
you lose that host advantage, right? Like the point of host is you kind of you gain an advantage.
Yes, and for one of the players to literally be 10 floors above, like 10 feet above you.
Right. You kind of lose.
You know, you lose that advantage.
I completely understand what you mean. It's kind of weird, but I feel like Theory was a part of Team Kaliber for so long that it's kind of like, well.
Yeah, let him make it, like, right. Obviously I'm not saying throw his shit on the front lawn after the 5K, but, you know, you're right. He was on the team for so long, I think he's earned the right to move on when he's good and ready.
If it was anyone else, like, if it was...
Looney?
Like Looney, then yeah, I'd be like, this is kind of weird. But, Theory old school. Anyway, Rise convincingly just pooped on TK. Now this is where it gets interesting, because it goes over to a Team Kaliber host. And as we kind of said, Theory is in the house.
You're just going to lose it right away to Theory.
As well, so minimal host advantage in this one, which is why I am favoring Rise to beat Team Kaliber. Not just that, but a host of other issues as well and other factors. For now, quick commercial break. When we return, head over to Game 2 in the semifinal.